I'm John David Miller. Welcome to YesWise Inspiry. This is a program of YesWise Education Service with holistic learning modules, consultations, and seminars. The archives of YesWise Inspiry and our other program, YesWise Insights, found at yeswise.com. And today's topic is creative polarity, presented by reallywell.com, flaxfood.com, and waterus.com, with natural health information, Northern Edge Superior Organic Flaxseed, the lowest in toxic metals, the highest in oil and alpha-linolenic acid, other superfoods, herbal products, air and water purifiers, EMF protection, and more at reallywell.com and our other websites. Well, today we're talking about creative polarity. Creation manifests by pulsation, vibrating energy, a binary plus-minus process. The polarity needed for vibration manifests a seeming duality. Based on this appearance, a sense of separation often develops. The desire for reunion and lesser spin-off desires can lead to doubt, fear, tension, and animosity. There is no real separation, only the appearance of duality, of me and you. This is an outgrowth of a necessary contrivance of the creation process. Evil is the opposite of live, if you spell it backwards. It is commitment to separation thinking, commitment to avoidance of loving reality. Some quantum physicists think there may be dual dimensions or timelines generated by every event, every choice made, or perhaps even multiple dimensions. It is all a mystery. We don't know what anything is. The whole thing is a mystery. Can we just return in mind to the pristine oneness of the newborn and be in awe of the mystery that any of this happens? The existence of a creative source awareness, God, should be perfectly obvious. Behind the binary power grid or matrix manifesting the created order in all of its dimensions, forms, and variations, behind all appearances, is the One. Everything that exists, as well as every event, is legitimately a spiritual expression as part of all that is manifested by what I call quantum creation, the creative spirit, creative, loving, aware energy, radiating everywhere. In the Greek of the New Testament Gospels, the word used for spirit, pneuma, P-N-E-U-M-A, is the same word as for breath and wind. Spirit is creative, loving, aware energy. It is creative frequency that expresses by intention or will. It manifests patterns that form universal laws, as well as changes, and many dimensions, including denser realms of experience. Everything is interrelated, being created. Actually, physical matter is made up of pulsing vibrations, strings, or filaments of frequency that display as light or sound and may exhibit the density of mass. Is it all a simulation? Thoughts themselves are vibrational in nature. A thought is an impulse moving through the brain. As a thought is generated, the brain flexes its wrinkles. Repeatable thoughts form patterns of thinking and memories. Every thought, every event, every living thing, every object, and every element, each is a form of creative energy manifesting in a myriad of variations. Everything that occurs and everyone and everything that participates in anything that occurs is related. All are frequencies. Therefore, good or bad, your thoughts affect me and others, and my thoughts affect you and everyone else as well. I encourage good thoughts. The only reality is radiant creative awareness, the source and destiny of all. Since we and everything that exists are expressions of creative, loving, aware energy, being itself, one can make improvements in attitude, success, and enjoyment of life by thinking and living in tune with this reality. Knowing that we are creative, loving, aware energy, we can focus on expressing ourselves as that. We can speak and act as spiritual agents of loving awareness. We can know and be in relationship with everyone whom we encounter, as we are, in essence, one and of the same nature as they are. For example, recently I entered the post office following in a Buddhist monk. There were no clerks at the counter, but there was a bell to ring for service. I just needed a stamp for an envelope, and I waited behind the monk, who had a package to send. I observed his robes of burnt orange and maroon and thought of monks with various shades of orange robes, wondering if he was from Tibet, Nepal, or just which Asian culture. After a moment of waiting, a long moment, when we were waiting patiently, he rang the bell. Then he turned to look at me and we both smiled. I said, "That should work," and we both smiled again. We were both suddenly enlightened. Immediately, distinctions of clothing or cultural traditions did not matter. It didn't matter whether he knows English. Ultimately, we can sense the creative, loving, aware energy we share and the feel and the union that we have with each other. Every person I encounter is another face of awareness, another face of God, so to speak. Well, I want to thank you for being with me today and ask you to have a wonderful day and to be really well.